Hi, my name is Beth Guckenberger, and this is your Reckless Faith Moment. We as a family built a house in a neighborhood that's all new construction, and we were one of the first houses up here. So for a couple of years, they didn't have street signs or stop signs or anything. And then a couple of weeks ago, they put a stop sign out in front of my house that I did notice earlier in the day. But at night, when I was driving my son home from soccer, I had the windows down and the music playing, and I was on the phone. I wasn't paying any attention, and I went right through that stop sign. And I wasn't even thinking about it until I got into the garage, and I kind of in the back of my mind heard someone yelling at me. So I told him to go in the house, and I went out in the driveway to see what was going on. And one of my neighbors was out in the yard, and I said, "Were you just yelling at me? Did you just hear somebody yelling at me?" And they said, "No, that's our new neighbor across the street. He's been standing out at the stop sign all day listening for people and encouraging them to come to a complete stop. I think you upset him," and he went inside. I was like, "Oh no." And I went in the house and told all my teenage drivers, "Hey, listen, first of all, come to a complete stop at that stop sign. And secondly, what do you think I should do to go say sorry to him?" They had all kinds of ideas of things I could do, but I told them the Bible tells us that we are a part of the kingdom of priests, that when people interact with us, they should know more about our God. What can I do to say sorry to him that would give him more information about God? And I didn't really have any good ideas, but in the morning I woke up with this idea that I make really good chocolate chip cookies. So I made them a whole batch, and I got on Pinterest and I printed off these little stop signs, and I cut them out and I stuck them on the cookies, and I walked over to his house and I knocked on the door, and all I had was, "Hey, you might not recognize me because I went flying by you last night, but I live in that house over there, and I'm sorry I upset you when I didn't stop at the stop sign." And he was kind of disarmed. He didn't really know what to do, next. But the Bible says in the book of Exodus, the Lord's giving instructions to Moses, and he says, when he's building the tabernacle, "If you make room for me, I will come and fill that space." And when I offered those cookies and made my apologies, I was really just making room for God. And all that's happened since in my relationship with my neighbor has been because there was room for God to do things in. And we're still getting to know each other. We're still laughing. But I've been thinking more intentionally with the people that are in my community about how I can look as much as possible like the God I love.